Good evening, Magic players. Welcome to the MTG Paper Legacy Discord. I'm Pope Hoffy, joined by Adam. We are here for Tuesday night Legacy Fight Night here, and we've got some good matchups here for you tonight. How are you feeling tonight, Adam?
I'm feeling really good here. I think it'll be interesting. We got all kinds of different decks going on here. Right now, we got Tensai on Cephalid Breakfast, or Breakfast Blade, as I call it, with Stoneforge Mystics in it. We have Kylex here on a Nick Fit build, focusing in on the blue-green. It should be really good. A lot of cards I personally don't like in Kylex's list, but hey, that's just me being rude, I guess.
Alrighty, guys. Welcome to Tuesday Night Legacy Fight Night. We've got some great games for you. So we're going to start off here with Tensei and Kylex here. Who do you like in this matchup first, before any game starts?
I think Quilex's deck is probably a little bit too fair. I've played against Tensai's build of this deck before, and it's a super consistent combo deck. It's got the main deck Grand Arbiters in it, which if they land that and then they can Aether Violin part of the Nomad Zen Core and Cephalid Illusionist combo, then they can just immediately combo you out right away. And there's nothing you can do to stop it.
I mean, when your combo is so good it finds its way into Commander, you know it's going to find its way into Legacy as well. Thank goodness for a flash ban.
Yeah.
So we have both players here resolving mulligans here. I'm really excited to see these combo decks come out. I'm really excited to see Cephalid Breakfast do some work. You said that they were running Stoneforge Mystic. What do you feel about that inclusion in the list?
I think it's good, like especially in the fair matchup. So it will be more relevant in a matchup like this. I really don't like it in your combo matchups, but with Kylex on more of a fair control mid-range list, it could definitely come in more handy. Plus, it can also find the Shuko, and Shuko is another way to get Cephalid Illusionist to go off if you don't have Nomad Zen Core.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as you have two creatures, you can just move Shuko back and forth constantly.
Let's see how we got. We've got blue, green, blue. We've got blue, black, green. Good stuff here for Nick Fit. And anything that you like about this list while we're resolving mulligans here? Anything new that you like in this list?
I'm not sure about new. I absolutely love Titania, Protector of Argoth. She's such a beast of a card. I really, really like it there. Other than that, it seems like a fairly standard list. You got Pernicious Deed in there. It's got the Green Sun Zenith Cabal Therapy with the Veteran Explorer, standard Nick Fit in that regard. I think it'll be a really good matchup, but as far as cards I see that are particularly spicy, I really like Titania. Looks like we got game starting here, Tensai on the play, leading off with a Flooded Strand.
Yep, and we do see that the mulls took a little bit while. Kylex did mull down to 6 here. Not the best thing to do when you're on a huge Well, never mind. Nick Fitz is actually playing the green, blue, black control list here, so looks like okay to go down to 6 here. Not the worst thing.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Chaotic Bear. Thanks for resubscribing.
Yes, thank you.
So the crack fetch into the snow-covered plains here. Not really sure. We are going to see into a ponder here.
Yeah.
Do you want to give a shout out here to our table spotter here, Chaotic Bear, who is also watching the stream themselves, but we couldn't do anything without them handling on their side of the match. Thank you so much, Chaotic Bear, for all you're doing down at the table side. No shuffle on the ponder. Likes what he sees.
To get a snow-covered forest into a Green Sun Zenith for 0, so this will be grabbing a Dryad Arbor.
Absolutely. I think that's the best play for Kylex here on the turn 1 here, without either slamming a Hex Drinker or a Veteran Explorer.
Yeah.
I think it's a great play.
Tensai plays on the Legacy Fight Night a lot, so Kylex may have an idea what Tensai has going on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time I've seen Tensai on here, they're playing basically the same list, but doesn't make it any harder. Oh, Beyond Sadistic with the resub as well. Thank you very much. We have a Prismatic Vista here from Tensai.
Yep, I think we're gonna see some some plays here starting to go. Yep, there is the first piece. We are going to see with the Shuko hit the battlefield there.
Yeah. So Shuko may seem like a terrible piece of equipment. It is a 1-man artifact, equipped 0, but it gives equipped creature +1/+0, which doesn't sound like much, but the important part is the equipped 0. So anyone who doesn't know, Cephalid Breakfast is a type of deck where you basically it's built around Cephalid Illusionist. So what you do, looks like we got a Sylvan Library here from Quilex in the meantime, so that's good. However, you use Cephalid Illusionist. Whenever it becomes a target of a spell or ability, you put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. So Tensai is going to end up trying to constantly target Cephalid Illusionist with an ability either via Shuko or via Nomad's Encore. And then from there, they will mill 3 cards every time that they target them with that ability, and then mill out their whole deck. Then they will try by reanimating a Thassa's Oracle.
One of the most broken cards to come out of Theros, seeing its play all over the league. We've seen it in Pioneer. We saw some decks trying to run it in Standard. It's one of the best cards in Commander now, and now we're seeing it finally, for a while now, having a good, solid place here in Legacy with the Cephalid Breakfast list.
Yeah, we also saw it in 2 weeks ago, the Challenger, a week and a half ago, the Challenger Doomsday won with it as well. They've been using Thassa's Oracle in order to try and get the combo win.
Absolutely. So looks like we do have both players setting up some plays here. We do have Nick with the Sylvan Library ready to go on their next turn. Tensei not missing a land drop here, able to possibly start making some big plays here. We could see a Grand Abolisher to kind of shut off anything here. I'm excited to see what we got next.
Yeah. It's like fetch land here off of Tensai, grabbing another Snow Island.
Grabbing all the basics they can find just in case they run anything crazy. A main deck back to basics would have been brutal if they had gone the other way around here.
Yeah, exactly. So we got a recruiter of the guard from Tensai here, so this will allow them to go find basically any piece of the combo that they want.
Yep, absolutely. It looks like they did grab the Illusionist there with the recruiter. Just slowly putting the pieces together, making sure that Denny's Breakfast Grand Slam is all ready to go.
Yeah.
Suits it up.
And it looks like they're also equipping the Shuko onto the
Yeah, I think it's a right play. Just gets around anything that could get in the way, stops the Dryad Arbor from hitting face kind of deals. Just makes a beefy recruiter.
Yeah, exactly. And it being a 2/1 is going to be an important part as well, just because if they need to start attacking with it, then they can. Yeah. However, having the Shuko there means that Quilex has to do something here pretty quick, though, because if Tensai just plays the Illusion this next turn, they can start comboing off.
And what we know is that, because we have the deck list here in front of us, Quilex has no, I don't think we have any sort of counter magic in this list, even though we're running blue. We have 4 copies of Cabal Therapy, which could name a card in hand, could get rid of some cards in hand.
Yeah.
But you'd have to do it now if he wants to get it done.
Exactly. And yeah, we see Quilex here using the Sylvan Library to take 3 cards per turn. Looks like they put 2 back.
Yep. Kept 1, pays 4 life, so take. And there it is. There is the Cabal Therapy that we needed.
Because this game isn't quite over yet, unless Tensai has the counter here. But even then, he's got to have 2 counters, because seeing that the Illusion is there, and if Quilex knows how Tensai's deck works really well, he's going to need to make sure that Illusionist is gone this turn.
Absolutely. Such a great find right there.
Oh, it looks like it's resolving. I imagine they would name Illusionist, but I could be wrong. Ooh, Grand Arbiter as well? Oof.
That's gotta feel bad, seeing your hand laid out with all of the pieces you needed to win there.
Yeah, Stoneforge Mystic, and with the Thassa's Oracle. So this is interesting, well, because that they might be thinking to take the Thassa's Oracle here. That's actually really bad.
Yeah, no, definitely they need to name the Nomad, misspoke there, the Cephalid Illusionist there. I keep thinking Nomad Zencore because that's the combo I'm so used to with Commander. But definitely need to take the Cephalid Illusionist there.
Yes. Looks like we get a fetch land from Quilex now. Unfortunistic as well. And then the Narcomoeba in hand is unfortunate, but what do you do?
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of get stuck there. Plays a Catacomb, cracks it, got into 15 here. I think Quilex puts himself in a good position to put some side of board state together here. Takes the big pieces out of the hand.
Yeah, 4 cards in hand still for 10 side there. It does kind of suck getting the combo ripped out, but at the same time, Cephalid Breakfast more than equipped to deal with that.
Absolutely. I don't even think Tensei's probably just kind of shrugged off the Cabal there. He didn't seem to really worry about it that much.
Pernicious Deed is big.
Pernicious Deed is big. Good lord.
It looks like we are getting a flashback Cabal therapy right now.
Yeah.
From Ed Arbor. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think?
I think it's the correct play. You're going to lose. You're possibly going to lose it if you decide to pop it with whatever you need. Because you never know what could possibly get in the way of what you're doing. I think right now, just taking out the second piece, that you never know if they just top deck another illusionist here.
Yeah.
So they named Stoneforge Mystic, took the Stoneforge Mystic out of the hand. I'm not entirely sure about that target.
Yeah. I can see that though, because that if they're trying to go and if they're going to try and go and get the Batter Skull, that is a very real clock.
Absolutely. Thassa's Oracle always just seems like a scary card to be seeing in someone's hand, though. Any player who's sitting here going, why not take the Thassa's Oracle? I mean, Batter Skull is a beat stick, so you always have to be worried about it.
Exactly. And it looks like they're actually just playing the Thassa's Oracle right now. And I could see that for sure, because it's actually let's see here. I don't see. Oh, there is some Cabal therapies in the list, so they can actually throw the Thassa's Oracle away and then use that to check if the coast is clear before they try and dread return.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to see some beats here with the recruiter, the beefy recruiter. And then we get to read the fun part about Thassa's Oracle's second part that most people forget. Other than just winning the game on the spot, Thassa's Oracle checks your devotion to blue and allows you to look at the top cards of your library to reveal, I believe, an instant or a sorcery from the top of the deck.
Yeah.
As you know, the ones most people care about is, did you win? So not seeing that part of the card hit.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not this time around.
Yeah.
But that being said, though, I still like Kylex's chances here with having a Pernicious Deed up and active right now. Because Pernicious Deed is very powerful.
Thank you for our wonderful MTG bot that says that, yeah, you can grab any card off the top of the library there, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So Sylvan sees nothing, doesn't like it, pays 0, taps 3 for Oko. There it is.
Oof, my least favorite card in Magic the Gathering right now.
I was reading an interesting standard article as the Oko here goes. Oh, thank you, CEDH Nexus, for showing up. Thank you for the 10 cheers.
Yes, thank you.
With all the fun that's going on in standard right now, unban Oko and let the decks just go toe to toe. Take all the cards that are banned in standard, let them go.
Oh wow! It just looks like we're taking up and getting a food token here, and then fetch land from Tensai. I'm not exactly sure when the best time to crack this Pernicious Deed would be, though. Because the problem is that even breaking it in response to the Thassa's Oracle isn't actually going to help you, because due to the nature of this deck, your library will always have 0 cards in it.
Absolutely. It really is going to be a matter of perfect timing for that Pernicious Deed. As of right now, we've kind of already seen that Pernicious Deed could almost, at this point, take out more things on your side than the other side.
Indeed,
because we can kind of trade here. 3 for 3 takes out Oko and Recruiter. 2 for 2 takes out Sylvan and Thassa. Kind of just goes back and forth what really the player wants to do.
Yeah. Well, actually, Oko will never get hit by Pernicious Deed because it never hits Planeswalkers.
That's right. It doesn't name Planeswalkers. That may be the best one here.
Yeah. So yeah, Quillex will lose his Sylvan Library, but no matter what, they will never lose Oko. I remember seeing back in the day Planeswalker lists main decking 4 copies of Pernicious Deed because it would never hit their Planeswalkers.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with a Super Friends list when your Super Friends can't get touched.
Exactly. And we also see a Grand Abolisher here from Tensai right now.
Yeah, Grand Abolisher's a great card.
Yeah. I'm not sure I like it in this particular sense because I'd much rather have them be forced to answer it with the Pernicious Deed than the Oko. But that being said, actually, I guess with Tensai kind of on a bit of a beatdown plan here, maybe he's just playing it out to try and get a 3/3. I could see that.
Yeah, and Chaotic Bear, yeah, that is kind of where we can think of it, is do it in response to the second combo piece. There's Pernicious Deed, so we are going to see the Pernicious Deed here actually get popping for 2, taking out Sylvan Library, Thassa's Oracle, and Grand Abolisher here.
Yeah.
Kind of just clearing the board for themselves.
Yeah. Oh, no, it looks like it was for 3 here. So that'll actually get rid of the Recruiter of the Guard as well.
Crack 3 for 3, yep, okay.
That way it's a complete board wipe, and then Oko just continues to do Oko things.
Yeah, I think that's the right play there. Kind of just reset. You have at least some mana up. Allow them just to build another food token. Kind of just sit there and wait for everything to go onto their side. I think Quillex is in a really good place right now.
Yeah, I agree. You see a Ponder here off Tensai. Maybe they'll find something that they're looking for, though.
That's what I love about the Cephalid breakfast deck. You can ponder and find all the pieces you need just right on top and just leave them there.
Exactly.
But I guess we did see there that in that first kind of couple steps of the game that the Stone Fortress had to become an answerable object with the second copy of Cabal Therapy. We were kind of discussing how it might not be the best card in the list, but Quillex has to sit there and deal with it at least.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're just getting a hard cast in Archimedes here. It looks like Tensai did not find much of anything.
I don't think so.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, it's something.
It is something indeed. So I imagine here we're probably going to end up seeing that food turn into an elk and start crashing here. But we'll see what else Quillex has got going on. Ooh, a Scavenging Ooze. This is really bad.
Yeah,
this is really bad for Tensai.
That's one of the best cards that Quillex could have put on the battlefield here. Just going to start eating away all those combo pieces in the graveyard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turns the food into an elk.
Yeah. And that's the other problem now, too, is that with the Scavenging Ooze there, that Thassa's Oracle cannot win the game now as long as Quillex's mana open.
Yeah.
In fact, if I was Quillex here, I'd probably be using the end of turn mana at least to try and eat that Thassa's Oracle right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the best things they could be doing. Quillex could also have something in hand just in case anything goes wrong. We could see an Abrupt Decay in hand. We do have green-black mana up. We are seeing that that Quillex is running both 2 copies of Abrupt Decay and 2 copies of Assassin's Trophy. Yeah. Could also be waiting to pop that Assassin's Trophy to maybe shuffle away those cards on top.
Yeah, could be.
Tensei's in a really tough spot here. I'm really proud of Quillex for good threat assessment here, understanding exactly what needed to come onto the board. Seeing a Scavenging Ooze come with open mana has got to be very spooky for Tensei.
I agree. Yeah, no, it's at the end of the day, Cephalid Breakfast is still a graveyard deck. It's a reanimator deck, I should say, when it's trying to combo kill.
Yeah, and for what we know, it seems that Our Nick Fit deck does have even more answers to Graveyard Hate coming up, and possibly for a game 2 or game 3.
Yeah.
We are going to see here a Cabal Therapy.
Yep. This should be good. I honestly, in Tensai's place, I have absolutely no idea what I would name here.
I think you just kind of name what you may have already seen. Maybe name. That does hit the Abrupt Decay.
Oh, wow. Good name from Tensai there.
Yeah. But looking at a GSZ and a Plague Engineer on the other side's got to be a little spooky for got to be a little spooky on Tensei's side.
Right? So now here's the other problem too: is that does Tensai sack the Narcomoeba to flashback the Cabal Therapy right now?
I don't know. It really depends on what Tensai has either on the top of their library. What's going on? I think we are just going to see it. Yeah, there it is. Just going to immediately flash it back.
So in this case here, though, I think I'd probably take the Green Sun Zenith for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the absolute correct call.
Yeah, I don't think that given the game state right now, I don't think taking the Plague Engineer actually solves anything unless you have the combo in hand. Looks like I'm wrong though.
For all we don't know what's in Tensei's hand, so that Plague Engineer could be just looking down the barrel of a gun here.
That is true. And it looks like we are getting an in-step Scavenging Ooze activation targeting the Thassa's Oracle. So we were right on that front.
Yeah, there is. We're going to eat some more stuff.
Yep. It looks like tapping the Nurturing Peatland to lose a life, but you gain a life as well, so it's like neutral in that regard, but they will also gain a life for hitting the other creature.
Yeah,
the first activation off of.
Yeah. Yeah, but to all of our viewers in the chat, come hang out in our MTG Paper Legacy Discord. We've got games going 24/7. We'd love to see you guys. We love seeing that welcome button light up when we've got new players entering the server. We've got games going right now, actually. Other than these games, I've seen people pinging LFG all day, every day. So come on in if you want to play some Legacy.
Yep.
We are full proxy legal. No, as long as we can see the card, know what it does, that's all we need.
Yep. Another thing as well, we also have a league, which next week on Tuesday will actually be the league final, so that'll be interesting as well, but we'll go over that a bit later on. Looks like we get Oko taking up 2 to make another food. Man, Oko being able to tick up, and now he's at 8 loyalty for a 3-mana Planeswalker is just such nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, there is a reason why it barely got through R&D, and it looks like we are just going to scoop him up here, facing down the barrel of a gun of 2 Elks and a Scavenging Ooze. Quilix does chew back there. Perfect use of Cabal Therapy to take the cards out of hand.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's get into sideboarding. What do you like? What do you dislike? What do you think comes in and out for these decks?
In Tensai's case, I actually really like True Name Nemesis here, just because with it being an Oko deck, it allows you to pressure Oko, because it's functionally a 3-mana mini Progenitus. I also like... I should actually rephrase that. I will read off Tensai's sideboard first, that way everyone knows. We have 2 Distraction in the board, 3 Swords of Plowshares, 2 Thoughtseize, 1 Collector Oof, 1 Fire Exceeding Revoker, 1 more Thassa's Oracle, a Numizow's Jite, a Brazen Borrower, and then 3 True Name Nemesis.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the True Name Nemesis there. I definitely think we do see a Revoker come in after seeing the damage that Oko does to us on the battlefield.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else you see out of that list that we could possibly see come in? What do you think comes out?
I could see Thassa's Oracle coming in as well, just because it's an extra copy, which against the main deck Scavenging Ooze could potentially cause an issue. As far as what comes out, that's a really good question. There's not a lot of counter magic, so potentially Teferi Time Raveler could come out.
Yep.
Other than that, I'm not entirely sure what I'd cut. It's kind of hard with combo decks are usually really streamlined.
I could definitely see the Grand Demolishers coming out. As we saw, the only interaction we saw on their side was an Abrupt Decay, and it really doesn't stop the combo in its entirety. So I could see both of them. I could see definitely both of those coming out.
Yeah.
Let's hop up to Nick Fit. We've got 2 Carpet of Flowers, 1 Veil of Summer, 1 Collector Oof, 2 Liliana's Triumph, 2 Back to Basics, 1 Reclamation Sage, 4 Leyline of the Void, and 2 Mindbreak Traps. What do you like? What do you dislike?
I really like Leyline of the Void here. It just basically it functions the same way as it does versus Dredge, which is just it puts them on the back foot until they can deal with it. which could just be beneficial overall. Not entirely sure what else there. Carpet of Flowers could come in. I really like Back to Basics as well. Tensai, I know he fetched up basic lands last time, but those are all 3 basics in his whole list.
Yeah. And it can be really hard to finish out that combo with only 3 mana.
Yeah.
I really like the Leyline of the Void. Leyline of the Void is probably the best card in this matchup, just being able to slam and lock off that graveyard.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we could definitely see maybe a copy of Back to Basics come in.
Okay.
I'm not sure what else though. Maybe Collector Oof to stop the Shuko activation.
Yeah, that could be good because then it basically forces them to rely on Nomads and Core.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. It's kind of hard to say for sure. I definitely do like the ley lines and the Back to Basics. Collector Oof definitely could be good. Another thing that actually Collector Oof does do that would be good is actually it turns off Aether Vial as well, which Tensai never showed Quilex last time.
Yeah.
But there are 3 Aether Vials in Tensai's list.
Yeah, absolutely. But we said we did know that Tensai is an active player in the Discord, so the list could be known around the tables here.
Yeah.
I do also like what one of our members in chat said. I believe it's Twin Dom. You said, yeah, you could definitely green some Zenith and Oof in. You absolutely could do that. It could be a really great answer when you need it to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to give another shout out to our table spotter, Chaotic Bear, doing great work, letting us, the casters, know what's going on exactly on the table, updating everything from life totals to cards in hand. Without them, we would be almost completely in the dark here about what's going on.
Yeah.
So thank you, Chaotic Bear.
Ladisal, thank you for the follow as well. Looks like we're going to be starting to get in here into game 2. So
Tensai is in the tank on their 7. I mean, when you're going into a combo deck, I can definitely understand sitting there thinking as hard as you can.
Yeah.
There's the move. Hand to the forehead, the deep thought, and it looks like we're going to keep... Nope, we're going to send it back. Doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Going down to 6.
Apologize, everyone, for my microphone troubles. We're trying to do what we can to fix it. Not
yeah, Doc, you're absolutely correct there.
Every time I've been on stream, my microphone is just a great big mess.
Yeah. Doc, you're absolutely right there. I think that is a good possibility. They're cutting 2 Explorers for 2 Oofs. I think we could really see for 2 Carpets and 1 Oof for Tracker. I definitely think that's a good possibility here. I've never played Nick Fitz, so I'm really in the dark here of what goes. We definitely know Leyline goes in. Absolutely 100% know Leyline goes in.
Yeah. And that being said as well, if there's anyone here who's a resident authority on Nick Fit decks, I definitely trust Dr. Leo on knowing how to play Nick Fit for sure.
Yeah. And Oof definitely shuts off the Shuko. 100% chaotic. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Looks like we got Tensai leading off with a Prismatic Omen into Snow-Covered Island there. So it looks like they're just fetching basics right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, I think if you have the ability to fetch basics, Back to Basics is such a brutal card in any matchup, and I think it's always the best option for it.
Yeah.
That's why I love playing Death and Taxes that runs no fetches. I just got to worry about the 10 basics in my library. Don't have to worry that too much about it.
Yeah.
Straight into the Shuko, gets it out.
Yeah.
Right into the Cabal Therapy. Exactly what was needed on that side. Let's see the hand.
Yep. As far as a blind name here, what would you say?
I think I would just name Illusionist. I think it's probably one of the best cards, and you still get to see the hand no matter what. And if you hit it, you hit it.
Yeah.
There are the True Name Nemesis coming in, and we see an Illusionist in hand.
Ooh.
He named Force of Will, so we are going to see a whiff, but being able to see a True Name Nemesis with Nomad's Encore and Illusionist sitting there on the board, that's got to be terrifying if you're Quilex.
Oh, for sure. And that's the other issue, too, is that if I was in Quilex's position here and I had availability to flash back this Cabal Therapy, I'd be naming Brainstorm for sure, because he's going to be leaning hard on this Brainstorm next turn unless he draws a basic land or a land.
Yeah. Yes, not seeing a land is very, very spooky.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that main phase Brainstorm looking for mana.
Gotta find it here. He's gotta find it.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Quilex has got a creature ready to go to just flash in back that Cabal Therapy. It wouldn't surprise me if we just saw a Hex Drinker hit the battlefield just to get it out of the board, get that Cephalid out of the hand.
Interesting point from Dr. Leo here when he said that for blind name he'd almost always go Brainstorm because it makes subsequent therapies better. That is a good point.
We are going to see the Vial come in, making a possibility of an oof even better if it did come in. We do see the Vial here.
Looks like we get a Tropical Island from Quilex, 2 mana here. Ice Fang Codal. No snow permanents, though.
No snow permanents. Still a good card, though.
Yeah. It also looks like Tensai did find a snow-covered island. However, or snow-covered plains, my bad.
Yeah, thank goodness for that Brainstorm, able to find them a land.
Yeah. That being said, though, I'm still worried about what else is being handled. Looks like we're actually going to see a flashback Cabal Therapy right now.
Yeah, I think that's the right move. Being able to draw a card for 2 mana and also being able to sack and steal something from your opponent's hand. I think it's the right play.
Interesting. So he actually did use the Brainstorm to hide the combo.
I think that's such a smart play from Tensei here. Hiding the combo away. What a smart play from Tensei.
Yeah, so we get the Cephalid Illusionist here. And this is interesting as well because if Quilex has no way to kill it, then all that needs to happen is even if they have the counter magic, they can just it looks like Quilex just gave up right there.
Yeah, that was such a big brain play from Tensei, knowing the Cabal Therapy is in the bin and just putting the combo away. Oh, what a smart play. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That's so good.
Oh, what a great play from Tensei there. That is absolutely what you want to see. Yeah, absolutely. When you are playing the combo, literally any creature is food for the flashback therapy. Yeah. But you just gotta make sure it's the right one. I think Ice Fang Codal there was the perfect one. Draw a card, then sack and steal something. I think it was a great line for Quilex. It just unfortunately happened that Tensei did the Brainstorm perfectly.
Yeah. Well, that being said, Brainstorm is still a fantastic card. Many games are still won or lost off of what you do with your Brainstorms.
Yeah. Even accidentally leaving one of those pieces into their hands could have ruined that whole thing for Tensei there. And he did name Illusionist there just to steal it. And wow.
Yeah.
Some great fast magic for Legacy, but some great quick thinking from Tensei there with that Brainstorm. And we do get a game 3. It's what we always want is a good game 3.
Yeah. Do you think you changed anything on the sideboards here?
I don't think so. I think if you're Quilex, maybe you dig a little harder to have a ley line in the opening hand. We didn't see it. But other than that, I think that was what we usually expect from the Cephalid Breakfast list. A turn 2, turn 3 win there with Brainstorm able to just hide that combo away.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Mike. I would definitely pay 2 mana any day of the week to draw a card and strip out one of my opponents. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're going to see for our game 3 here, Quilex on the play.
Yep. Looks like we're just shuffling up, checking out the first 7s for both players. Sounds like Quilex is keeping and Tensei is shipping back.
Tensei is going to go back. Usually the big ideal for the combo decks. I've seen the breakfast. I've seen the breakfast list go down to 3. Somehow pull that win out. All they have to do is draw that second land in its game.
Yeah. Well, technically speaking, if you have turn 1 Aether Vial, you can actually get it on turn 2. Because if you go turn 1 Aether Vial, and then you get a second land into the Illusionist on turn 2, and then you Aether Vial in the Nomad's Encore, that's game.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's why the decks are so. That's why the deck's so good.
Yeah.
The Denny's Grand Slam breakfast combo here doing its work.
Yeah.
But once again, we did see Quilix almost having all of the answers there. Just unfortunate that a brainstorm was able to hide it all.
Yeah. I really like the way that Tensai just draws their cards. Just really slow and methodical, one at a time. Just really good in terms of making sure that no one's cheating. Very deliberate movements.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the weird, intricate things you have to deal with Paper Magic versus online.
Making sure you can always see the library into the hand. And I do appreciate Tensei there letting us know that he has 6 cards in hand. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Looks like Raiden Quilix starting off on a polluted Delta, fetching to 19 and grabbing a Bayou.
Mike, you're welcome for that. Get yourself a Denny's Grand Slam breakfast combo, all right? Nomad's Encore, Cephalid Illusionist, and a Thassa's Oracle. It's all you need with a side of grits. Quilix having the turn one calls almost every single time.
Yeah. So we're getting a think from Tensai here on the Cabal Therapy.
I'd be very surprised if Tensei just didn't have the nuts here.
Yeah.
Denny's hit us up, and we can do this all night.
Resolves. They're naming Cephalid Illusionist. We see Underground Sea. Oh, they Force, and Brainstorm. Wow.
Good lord.
Mission heavy hand.
Tensei's like, all right, let's bring it. You want to see it? Let's bring it. Wow. Brought in all the force of will, left in all the force of wills there. That's wild. Just not letting anything hit the battlefield there.
He's going to be living on this Brainstorm, though.
Yeah. Exactly, Doc. You're absolutely right. Always have to name the Brainstorm.
Yeah. Oh, we did see a Carpet of Flowers coming here from Quilix, so.
Nice. I think that's a right play here. I think it's a good play. Against the blue deck, does its work. Already able to be a little bit faster, especially being able to name the first one in the hand you saw. I think we only saw an Underground Sea and a... was it an Underground Sea we saw there? Yeah, we did. We did see an Underground Sea in the list there.
Yes, we did, yeah.
So automatically, Quilix can be able to grab some fast mana here and possibly hold Tensei off of playing another island.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Yeah, beyond that's usually my. If I'm ever playing a black deck that uses Cabal Therapy, Force is usually my blind name. I despise Force of Will, even though I own 4 copies of it. But you do what you have to do.
The glue that holds the format together, to be completely honest. So.
It's the glue. Ponder, brainstorm, force of will. The glue in the legacy sandwich.
Yeah, pretty much. Shame it's all blue, but what do you do?
Yeah, it is a shame. So we did have some time there. Tensei was looking up the Oracle text on carpet, just making sure what they were going to play into it.
Yeah. Just got a flooded strand from Tensai there. And then Kylix is up on the island as well. Oh, Tensai's turn here. Sorry, I was distracted there for a little bit. Looks like we got a main phase brainstorm, or is this
I believe we're in an end step brainstorm here on Quilex's end step.
Sorry for playing catch up there.
Oh no, you're fine. Yep, end step brainstorm here for Tensai. Probably looking for some pieces. We know he's got the handful of interaction here to just not let anything ruin his combo.
Exactly, and with the fetch land here as well, Tensai needs to think hard about this because if he wants to get that mana from the fetch land this turn, he's gonna have to throw at least one, if not both, of those cards away that he puts back on the brainstorm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gonna
grab that. Yeah, just unfortunately, I think we're at the point now. The carpet of flowers isn't gonna have. We're gonna have to just kind of deal with the carpet.
Yeah.
There's no really two ways around it, especially when you could need double blue some point. But I do like that. The brainstorm. Put the cards you don't want away. Shuffle it with the fetch. Hey, Croak, man. Thank you guys so much. Welcome to the stream.
Thank you for following us. Yeah. It's a good time here. Pondering, still thinking hard.
Big ol' think here on this ponder.
In the tank. The other thing that's interesting too that Tensai has to think about is Quilex is going to basically be untapping into 5 mana next turn. With
Absolutely. Beyond Sadistic, thank you so much for the cheers.
Oh,
so
Cavern Soul.
Naming Soldier. I like that. I think that's a really strong play. Because that just allows a free nomad at any point.
Yeah. It also works on Recruiter of the Guard as well.
Yeah. So we do see a Vial at the end. They're allowing them to start kind of just building up their board state now.
Yeah.
Main phase 1, Carpet Trigger gets the good old mana.
We're getting a Rex Sage right now.
Yep, I think that's the correct play there.
Yep.
Just kind of gets rid of the Aether Vial.
Tensai is looking up something on the computer, I guess. Maybe some Oracle text.
Yeah, just probably wants to see if it's an ETB or not.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to your Aether Vial, Tensei, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unless we have a force.
Though, there could be any amount of there could be, you know, how much counter magic and permission we saw.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. It's depending really on how much does Tensei want this Aether Vial to stick around.
Yeah. No, it looks like
I guess not enough.
And flashback Cabal Therapy as well.
Yeah. Yep, not legal yet. As much as we want that card to be legal, that card is not legal yet. We can see it in our Saturday tournament this upcoming Saturday. I'd love to see some of it. I know we're going to see lots of spice. I know I'm throwing some spice in for Zendikar into my list for Saturday.
Yeah. Are you guys talking about the Roiling Vortex? I am so excited.
That card's got a lot of spice. I've seen a lot of people talking about it. I've seen it on Reddit. I've seen it in some Discords. Lots of talk going on. I'm really excited to see it hit the battlefield this upcoming Saturday.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard a lot of people say that it's not nearly as exciting as I think it is, because it's the card I'm the most excited for out of this entire new set. But Yeah, I could be wrong. It turns off so much. Turns off Daze, turns off Force of Will, turns off. Oh, looks like the name on the Cabal Therapy.
Oh, it's the double copy of Force. Oh man, it's the double copy. That's got to be brutal for Tensei.
Yeah.
We're just seeing a lot of work here on Quilex's board, using these creatures that give them the ETB advantage and then just sacking them to a Cabal Therapy. Really good magic there.
Yeah. So we're getting a Misty Rainforest follow-up from Quilex there. Paying 2 into a Sylvan Library, so he's just gonna bury him soon in the card advantage. Another thing as well, we do have, I did mention that I'd be talking about it a little bit later there. We do have the league, the main part of the September league just finished. We had 52 players initially, 50 ended up finishing up there. We just moved on to the playoffs there. So we're going to be finishing up the quarterfinals within the next week. And then next Tuesday, September 29th, we will be streaming the semifinals and the finals of the league. So
yeah, very exciting.
There. Yes.
I believe who is on call for that week? I believe it's you. Is it you and Ivan for that weekend next Tuesday?
I believe so. Yes, I'm one of the league coordinators, so I was hoping to be able to do commentary on that.
52 players. We had 50 finished. Is that what you said? That's such a huge number.
That's a very large amount of people. Yeah, and the league is a ton of fun as well. So if you ever have the chance, make sure you sign up for it and just play some games at your own pace. You have about 2 weeks to finish a couple matches, and then that's about all.
Yeah.
So, and then, if you end up making the playoffs, you keep on going from there. We always make sure we stream the semifinals and finals.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good time. I've seen a lot of good decks coming out of the leagues here. I'm really excited to see that on stream next week. Next Tuesday, Ivan and Adam take it on.
Yep. So it looks like this Revoker is still on the stack as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I think we're just really trying to figure out what to name here. I think that's probably the best option.
Yeah.
Name is Scavenging Ooze. That's a great card to name here.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like the naming of the Scavenging Ooze here. It just really helps out. It looks like we're fetching up a Dryad Arbor on end steps, so
yeah. Lots of in the tank moments for Tensei here. Losing Force of Wills and an Aether Vial, almost killed then, can be really brutal trying to get back into this matchup. Really excited to see what Quilex has got next for us. Yeah. We do have the Sylvan Library on board here for their turn with a carpet with 3 activations for mana. Looking at around 7 mana with the Dryad Arbor as well. Oof. Brutal.
I think we got Quilex tanking as well in the Sylvan Library here.
Yeah, I think Quilex is getting into the moment now of what do I need to do next to start taking advantage of this board state. Only really dealing with the Revoker, getting rid of the permission from hand, kind of just figuring out what Quilex needs to do now. I think we start going to beats here very soon.
Yeah. Sounds like Quilex actually just paid the full 8 and drew all the cards off of Sylvan Library.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing here. They're in no threat really right now. Tensei's not really showing any beatdown, anything that's like that. We do see a Pernicious Deed on top of that as well. Just pretty much just saying, I've got everything. What can you do now, Tensei? Yeah. Just kind of putting them into a corner. Loading the gun, as they would say.
Staring down the barrel of a gun, indeed.
So it looks like we're going to back up here a little bit. We're not entirely sure if the deed's going to resolve here. Going to back up just a little bit here. Let the players figure out what's going to go on here. So we are going to see the dates here from the Pernicious Deed.
Yeah.
But just going to instantly pay it. Yeah, I don't see any reason why not to pay it. No.
I could totally understand that, though, because with the amount of mana that Quilex has right now, that Daze is losing value fast.
Yeah.
And just, oh man, that Dryad Arbor is going to cause so much, or not the Dryad Arbor, the Pernicious Deed is going to cause so many problems later on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it resolves and just pass the turn back to Tensei.
Yep. I think that's the right play there. Quilex is in full control here, has pretty much, I believe, 4 or 5 cards in hand at this point, or 3 cards in hand, it looks like, on the battlefield there. Kind of probably has just some big boy answers in there, just waiting for Tensei either to tap out. Probably just waiting for that daze to go away.
Yeah.
Gonna do a little rumble. Little rumble with the Revoker.
And after that, we're following up with a Stoneforge Mystic.
Oh, I guess if you're going to go on the beat paths, why not show the beats back, I guess?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely like grabbing Batterskull here because that's probably your best shot to go through here.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Shuko's just going to lose. You're just going to lose Shuko. The problem is he's got enough mana with that Pernicious Deed to just blow everything up.
It is true, but if he has the Pernicious Deed and the mana's up, there's not much else you can do, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
I think he kind of maybe. Oh, I guess he is grabbing the Shuko here. Maybe trying to pop it before he goes and grabs the Batterskull.
Yeah, we may. I would wonder if we see a possibility of it going off now. I just don't see it.
Yeah,
he has to have the Illusionist in hand.
Yeah. That being said, though, you can't play the Shuko and the Illusionist this turn.
That's right. Yeah.
And the other thing as well is that if you have the Shuko out, you can actually crunch for 4. Because I believe if Kylex took the damage on that Revoker, Kylex should be at 8.
Yeah, Kylex is at 8.
Clock. Again, the Pernicious Deed's going to solve the problem, however.
When do you want the problem solved kind of deal.
Exactly.
Quilex goes into the tank, I believe, with their Sylvan Library here.
Yep.
Decides to put just the 2 back. Yeah, no really need to. I don't think to take any more damage at this point. You are staring down some big threats, some possible threats.
Yeah, looks like we're getting the Carpet of Flowers going off.
Yep, so 3 additional mana going into Quilex's mana pool here. Ooh, there is a hard cast Leyline of the Void.
That's good. It does. Quick thing to notice about Leyline of the Void does not exile what is currently in the graveyard. It just stops anything new from going in.
Yeah, and Doc, you're absolutely right. You can activate the deed for 0 to kill the germ, which could be a big problem there if you don't have any way to put that Batterskull back to work. Just leaving a big old artifact out there with nothing to do can be a real pain in the ass for Tensei.
Yeah.
So Cracks Vista down to 7 here. Leyline did resolve. That's exactly what you want to see if you're Quilex. Make sure that Prismatic Vista goes into exile there with Leyline on the battlefield now.
The Prismatic Vista does not exile Quilex's graveyard.
Yeah.
Looks like we are getting a
Leovold,
Emissary of Trust here. This is a very powerful card. Punishes interaction big time. I'm not sure how much I like playing this into a live deed, though. Especially, well, unless you crack it for 2, then your Leovold's fine.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, Leyline is just my opponent's. Sorry, I play Rest in Peace. The card just makes sure everything goes to the bit. Nothing stays in grave.
Exactly. I'm a big fan of Rest in Peace myself as well. Rest in Peace also has the bonus of killing everything in the graveyard when it comes in, as well as keeping everything gone.
Yeah.
Just actual no graveyards for anybody.
Yep. Who needs a graveyard when you're playing Death and Taxes? No one.
Yeah.
We see the Leovold here just shutting off the Brainstorm for Tensei here. Kind of just we're starting to see the lock pieces come together here. Yeah. I did comment in the beginning that seeing combo against a creature deck, we would see a fast game. We are seeing a grind fest here that I'm really, really enjoying.
Indeed.
To our wonderful stream host, Mr. Jack Dax here. Absolutely, I did say this was going to be a fast game. Boy, was I wrong.
That being said, though, I think a huge part of that as well is just with how in command Quilex has been of this game.
Yeah, and not really
of
taking
the games that they've won.
not really taking like any aggressive stance to like not pushing the limit too far of what they're allowed to do.
Exactly.
Not really giving Tensei any kind of room to breathe.
Yeah.
Just almost constant pressure.
Yeah. Also, for the record as well, Game 2 was over very quickly.
Yeah, we did see Game 2 and basically a snap. Game 1 and Game 3 with Quilex having full control with Cabal Therapy, kind of just shutting the game off.
Yeah.
Gonna add 3 green here with Carpet. And I believe that is a Vraska we're seeing hitting the battlefield.
Ooh. Vraska Golgari Queen. I like that card.
Yep. And that's the game ender if it gets to a point. So Vraska, a good Golgari queen here, putting her work in here. We could see if this card just gets out of control here. This could just be our game ender here. Allowing one little creature to get in just ends the game.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like it is resolving here, which is good. Another thing that's interesting to note here as well, in terms of how much trouble Tensai's in, the Ponders and the Brainstorms are just off.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Leovold just shut those cards down.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting a Abrupt Decay activation from Vraska here.
Yep, I would assume probably targeting the Stoneforge Mystic to keep that Shuko in hand. Also, just kind of maybe get stuck with anything else in hand.
Yeah.
And I believe we just saw, I believe that's a Phyrexian Tower hitting the battlefield here.
I love that card.
Yeah, Stoneforge Mystic should absolutely be exiled there. As it, with our good old friend Leyline of the Void.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they just got that.
Thank you to our wonderful table spotter. Keeping those players in line, doing the best that they can do. Yeah, Doc, you're absolutely right there. Cabal Therapy has been the MVP of this game, not even for just Quilex. We did see a couple copies come out from Tensei's side as well. Cards just been insane for both players here. Quilex, I think, getting the more advantageous pieces of it, naming Force of Will, naming Cephalid, naming we've pretty much seen every card almost in Tensei's list get named with Cabal Therapy at this point. We haven't seen a Brainstorm get named, though. We have not seen that.
No, has not named Brainstorm yet.
Players just activating, talking about how Leovold interacts with the battlefield here.
Yeah. Leovold does a lot of stuff, and it can throw a lot of wrenches and things. Definitely is a card you need to know how it works. I remember the first time I ever played off against a Leovold, I was playing lands at the time, and I was on a triple Rashad and Port draw. Oh my goodness, did they draw cards.
Carpet Trigger, gonna get 3 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quilex in full control here, just doing what they need to do.
Sounds like Quilex is not using the carpet on main 1. They're going to use it on main 2.
And then we see Vraska's evil twin brother, Oko, basically, at this point.
Yeah.
Creating a food token, doing what Oko does best.
Yep. Just committing full big time. I really like this interaction, actually, with the tick up on the Vraska with the food token. That's super cool.
That's very, very, very fun.
Drawing a card and gaining a life off that is off a Planeswalker plus is no joke
either. Upticking for pure gas. All we need.
Looks like main 2, that 3 mana is coming in.
Yeah, then we'll make the 3 green. What do we got this time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
My favorite, Titania Protector of Argoth.
There she is.
I love this card. Oh man,
And,
this is looking real bad for Tensai now. Because
yeah, and
Titania, when she comes in, she's going to be able to return a land from your graveyard to the battlefield. And if she grabs that Prismatic Vista or another fetch land, and Quilex cracks it before Tensai's or before his next turn, then you'll have an additional 5/3 come swinging in at you for sure.
we also see really interesting interaction here with Vraska, being able to sack our lands to make 5/3s at this point.
Yeah.
That's just broken. That's brutal.
Yeah. Another thing to note as well is that if you activate the Pernicious Deed for 0 in order to kill the Dryad Arbor, that'll make it 5/3 as well.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like we're getting an instep Petty Theft.
Yeah, I
Not
believe
sure
so.
what exactly we are targeting. We got a Leovold Trigger. Sounds like the target was on Leyline of the Void.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move here. It kind of shuts off Titania. I think we're going to have a couple responses here to make some Titania triggers here. Get some big old boys.
For sure. And this is interesting though, because if they're petty thefting the ley line and if they happen to have Illusionist and Nomads and Core in hand, then they can just go from here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got 3 cards in hand for Tensai, so we'll see what ends up happening here.
Definitely getting some good magic here down the line. Tensei may not be completely out of this game.
Exactly.
But yeah, there is. Argon does point out there is still the Pernicious Deed on the battlefield. We hope that our player doesn't just tap out here. They leave up 2 mana.
Indeed. So this is interesting though, because that Quilex has to worry, or Tensai has to worry about this now, because if both of them get in play at the same time, even with the Pernicious Deed activation, if it's Nomads and Core, you can still win through it, because Nomads and Core is just a response activated again.
Yep.
Whereas that if it's a Shuko, then the Pernicious Deed completely shuts it off.
Yeah. Tensei probably is thinking long and hard about what they need to do here.
Yeah.
That is one hell of a board state Quilex has built up though on the other side there. We've got a 5/3 Tree Beast. We've got a 6 mana. We've got a 6 counter Oko. We've got a Leofold. He's thinking should have named Deed with his Roger. Probably that is one of the worst cards to be staring down right now if you've got a creature-based combo.
Definitely. It's kind of the one thing that I was thinking about here. I'm just trying to remember what Revoker is on.
Yeah, asking for PT on the token, which I believe is a 5/3.
Oh, right, it's on Scavenging Ooze, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tokens that Titanium makes are 5/3s.
Yeah.
Which are ginormous tokens. Just need to get a Zura and orbit of Quilex, and then we are playing Commander straight up.
Yep, Crucible of Worlds. Great card for Titania there.
Yeah.
Great way to do some work.
Tensai's still deep in the tank.
Yeah, there's got to be some line he's thinking of here. Whew.
Not exactly.
My brain hurts for Tensai right now. My brain hurts for them.
Yeah. Because you have just what you have in your hand, the 4 cards in hand, plus you have the Brazen Borrower.
Yeah. So we've got all the creatures coming to the front of the battlefield here with the Dryad Arbor, kind of just setting up to where a better board state for Tensei to understand what they're staring at here.
Yeah. Looks like we're just getting a Shuko. And using the Cavern notably to cast the Shuko as well.
Yeah, I think we have to probably leave up our colored mana here. Oh, this is going to get spicy here down the line here. Tensei has to put in some work here now, or this game's just going to get out of reach for them.
Indeed. Looks like they were thinking about coming in for a swing, but thought again.
I mean, the Revoker's wearing some new gloves, so we got to figure it out.
Yeah, definitely.
And just remember, guys, this is just our first game of the night here. We do have 2 more matchups coming up after this one. Stay tuned to stick around. We've got lots more fun magic coming up after this game.
Yeah. Looks like we do get the Revoker crunching in for 3. Looks like we're just going to get a block from the Elemental token. Take the Revoker out.
Now would be the great time for Quilex to slam a Scavenging Ooze.
Oh,
got rid of your Evoker that's stopping my ooze. Let's just play some more magic.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think about what else the options are for Tensai here. Because you're taking 9 combat damage on the Crackback this turn, unless you tick up on the Dryad Arbor, and then you're taking 11. Because Titania herself is a 5-3, Leovold's a 3-3. That's a lot of damage coming in, and of note, Brazen Borrower can only block flyers, so Brazen Borrower can't block any of these creatures.
Yeah, Brazen Borrower can't touch any of that.
Yeah, looks like we're tanking pretty hard here. There's been some slow play going on here, I think.
Yeah.
Not intentional, of course.
Yeah, as the judge, I think I'd have to step in here even to say that maybe we have to see a little bit more game action here. Almost getting into the thoughts of slow play here. I do appreciate Tensei tanking so hard to give us a good game here, but we got to keep the game moving, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially with it being almost an hour long.
Yeah. We do want to thank all of you guys for sticking with us, though. This is only game 1. We've got some even more insane decks coming up. I believe we do have Simic Cheerios coming up later this evening, and I'm really excited to see how that deck goes out tonight.
Yeah, that'll be a ton of fun.
Move over to Quilex. Yeah, it's just gonna let's just see what's in there.
Yeah. Resolves.
Name Nomad Zenkor. I think that's a strong name.
Yeah, I agree. Looks like Tensei's just scooping it up.
Yeah, I think that's the right play there. Unfortunately, I think Tensei's just staring down a loaded shotgun, not really able to do anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, that was our first matchup. Quilex takes it 2-1 with our good old Nick Fit. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break here. We'll see you guys in a few minutes with round 2.
Yep.
See you then.
Sounds good. Thank you.